We want to find an approximation of the area between the curve y equals e to the x and the x-axis from x equals 0 to x equals 2 using 20 centered rectangles, given that the exact area is e squared minus 1, which is approximately this number to 9 decimal places. Find the approximate percentage area in using the 20 rectangles. So let's look at the scale from 0 to 2. So that's 2 unit wide, and we're going to use 20 rectangles, which gives us 1/10 or 0.1. So in other words, we've got one that goes from 0 to 0.1, and the next one goes from 0 to 0.2, and so on. So I have rectangles like this, and we want centered rectangles. So 0.05 would be our first center, and then the next center is going to be that, add 0.1, and so on. So let's use the spreadsheet again, because it's probably the quickest way of doing something like this. Let's just clear everything that's there. And so we want to start with 0.05. And then we're going to have equals the one above. And we're going to add 0.1 to that. So the next one's at 0.15, which is correct. And then go here, and we'll fill a range from A2 to A20 this time. So that gives us all of the centers for our 20 rectangles. Then we're going to need the heights of the rectangles, so that's the heights at the center. Now e to the x, so it's going to be equal to e to this cell here, and click back in there, and then we'll fill the range from B1 to B20. And then we want to multiply each of those by the width, so that's going to be equal to that, and the width of each of the rectangles is 0.1. So 0.1, and again we'll fill that down. So edit, fill range, C1 to C20. Okay. And then we want the sum, so equals SUM, open bracket, and that's going to be C1 to C20. C1 to C20, and close the bracket on that. And that's 6.3869. In fact, we can get it more accurate down here. So 6.3869 4768. So that's our approximation. So percentage error is going to be the 6.386394768. Take away e squared minus 1 all over the true value, and then we multiply that by 100%. So let's go to main, and we'll just clear that. And then we have 6.386394768. Take away e squared minus 1 all over e squared minus 1, and we'll just multiply that by 100, and it gives us negative 0.042% if we give it to 3 decimal places. So we didn't really need to use all the figures we used. And the negative tells us that it's an underestimate.